So, good morning, and all present here. Today we are stepping into 7th year of service Annakkili Amma Research Institute. On this day, we are celebrating with Dr. S. Palanivel. Welcome you all to Annakkili Amma Research Institute. We have established in 2016 with like 6 years of experience. We are working on the field of algae and microbiology and biotechnology and botany and many other field in research. Okay, so today's topic is will be presented by Dr. Palanivel in some time. So before that, we are providing space for final year projects and various research topics. Interested candidates can contact us through email, and we do also supply algal research materials. And we are located in Chennai, and we are doing service to students, researchers, and we provide trainings to culture techniques and various spots, and we are doing it. So we are also part of many webinar programs we have conducted. You can check our website and the YouTube channel and many things. So you can follow our blog. So things are there about AARI. So it was started in 2016. And back to today's session. Today, Dr. S. Palanivel will be presenting on the topic of blue-green algae, a precious bioresource from nature. Okay. So while coming to see about Dr. S. Palanivel, he hails from Madurai and brought up in Chennai, and he did his masters in RKM Vivekananda College, Mylapore, and then he did his PhD in Guru Nanak College GS Skill Research Institute, and he completed his PhD in the topic of the algal flora, taxonomic algal flora of running waters and other water bodies in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so later on he is also part of the awardee of the UN sponsored award. And so conservation leadership program award funded from United Kingdom, and also he has specialized in aquatic ecology and phycology, member of Indian Science Congress and Young Phycological Society of International, and he also has handling many PG research projects. He also published various research articles in national and international journals. Okay. So with this short introduction, I welcome Dr. S. Palanivel to this presentation, and I hope you can enjoy. And at the end, you can ask your question at the in the comment section. So Dr. S. Palanivel will answer those things. So he is like live from his college, and today he will present the interesting topic with you guys. Enjoy. Thank you all. Dr. S. Palanivel, you can take the podium and you can present. I will just cancel this sharing. You can share. Yeah.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, you can.
Is it visible, my slides, sir?
Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
Thank you. Very warm good morning to all. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Ilay Perumal for giving me this opportunity, and who is my good friend of mine. Let us move on to my presentation. So, first of all, I have some formal part. I must thank my college as well as management, mainly our principal, Dr. S. Bashir Ahmed, and our HOD, Sharif Khan sir. As well as I thank my management for motivating as well as supporting my teaching career. So, just an introduction about my college. My college is established in 1951, the New College Chennai, which is affiliated to University of Madras. It's almost completed 70 years of excellence in learning sector. So this college is founded by Muslim Educational Association of Southern India. It's collectively called NIASI. And my another thanks is to AARI, that is Annakkili Amma Research Institute, which is one of the leading as well as growing institute of Chennai. Everyone aware about the institute. This institute is personally attached with me since I was received many support during my research career and even till today. So I thank AARI for organizing such a nice conference, as well as I appreciate and congratulate for the contribution towards algal technology, for continuous 6 years. They are entering 7th year. My sincere appreciation and congratulations to them. Let us move on to my topic. Blue-green algae, a precious bioresource from nature. So before that, today we are on 8th June, 3 days before we celebrated World Environment Day. So I wish everyone for World Environment Day wishes. For this year, we have a specific theme by UN is only one Earth. For a specific theme is for the year 2022. We celebrate this Environment Day to create awareness on environmental issues, since we are part of the life science as well as environmental is a major thing in the world. We must aware about the World Environment Day. So with this, we must aware about each and every biological resource is very important. Usually, the only species in the world which is useless is, maybe I can say, that is human only. So we have the responsibility to conserve all the each and individual species. So with this, this entire world is, this environment is made up of both biotic and abiotic. Among this biotic factor, all the living organism has the significant role to play in this world, except the human. But human specifically has the responsibility to conserve them. And most of us are about only higher level of organism. We are not much give importance to the microorganism, especially algal diversity. As we know, algae are aquatic in nature. They are like a photosynthetic organism which can fix the carbon dioxide and release oxygen during the photosynthesis. And today we have a blue-green algae. Many of us have a debate with this blue-green algae comes under microbiology as a cyanobacteria, but botanists referred it comes under botany since they are doing photosynthesis. Whatever it may be, it is one of the beautiful creatures which we serve to be a precious bioresource to the world. Let us see about them. Let us see what is blue-green algae first. So the blue-green algae are the diverse group of microorganisms. Literally, we are aware about it can be found as a unicellular to multicellular prokaryote, just chlorophyll A, and which perform photosynthesis. And it has an evolutionary aspect. This blue-green algae will be considered as the first algae which will be evolved in this world, which is 3.5 billion years ago. And there are certain evidence that shows Proterozoic era is the age of bacteria in which we have this cyanobacteria. And in this slide, you can able to see two different evolutionary evidence. The first one is chlorococleon, and which is on the left, and you have a right, we have Paleolimbaea. Both of them are found almost about 850 million years ago. It is found in the Central Australia in the Bitter Springs. And we have certain evolutionary evidence also that is collected by Demolinia et al. In 2019. They published a specific article on evolutionary aspect and the evolutionary evidence of cyanobacteria. So I just posted some of their pictures from their article. So we have many pictures. Among that, we have algae, which is documented from Greenland, even Canada. There are so many countries which is documented algae in almost 700 million years ago. Let us see where we can find this blue-green algae. So usually in Hindu mythology, we can say this god is found anywhere, everywhere. It is called Tunilum irupan, Turumbilum irupan. Likewise, this blue-green algae has found various environment. It is literally referred as omnipresent. So it can be found freshwater to even ocean water, even brackish water. They are also found both freshwater as well as marine environment. Even they occur in the terrestrial environment like damp soil and moistened rock, even in the desert. Um, Even they are found as endosymbionts. We have a specific species in Cycas, so it is found as an endosymbiont, and it is also found in the as a symbiotic relationship with lichens, protists, and even sponges, and they will provide energy for them, and they will get the shelter from them. And these blue-green algae can be found in the extreme condition like hot spring as well as snow regions like Antarctic, etc. So this is the picture which was took almost 9 years before. During my post-graduation day, we used to have a educational trip. That 2013 we visited Kulu Manali and Simla, where we found this location where we collect hot spring blue-green algae. We documented as oscillatoria, which was found in the location. So we can have some basic information about the structure of blue-green algae. So it has the outer part of the cyanobacteria consists many photosynthetic thylakoids. So they are freely floating on the cytoplasm, as well as the membrane will contain chlorophyll. You can have small granules that are attached to the thylakoid membrane, which has picolimbosomes. They contain photosynthetic pigment, picoblin, and they have a gas vacuoles that is also found in the cell structure, which has the naked DNA. As we know, this blue-green algae prokaryotes, so they have only naked, which has only naked DNA. And this cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, has some basic structure, which has a cell is usually larger in size. The structure of cell is typically prokaryotic, as I already told, which has naked DNA and 70S ribosome. And there is an absence of organelle like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, and mitochondria. Since these all referred as prokaryotic, and they have 4 layers like peptidoglycan layer, which is the second layer of the blue-green algae. So this is the picture showing the basic structure of cyanobacteria, which has a plasma membrane, and in the inner side of the plasma membrane we have layers of pigments, and we have fruit vesicles, vacuoles. This cyanobacteria can exhibit a vast structure starting from the unicellular to multicellular. It has a colonial as well as filamentous form, will be discussed later. And another important structure in cyanobacteria is referred as heterocystis, which is one of the important cellular structure found in the blue-green algae, and it is not common to all the blue-green algae. We have a specific blue-green algae that is referred as heterocystis form. So this role of heterocystis is to fix the atmospheric nitrogen to the soil. That is a major role, where you can see the heterocystis structure in Anabina as well as nostoc. And we have certain key characteristic features of cyanobacteria. As I already told, it is the prokaryotic they are ability to do photosynthesis, and I already told the structure is which is larger, that is diameter up to 1 to 10 micrometer, and it has the wide range of morphological characters starting from unicellular to colonies. They don't have a flagella, and they used to reproduce by binary fission and fragmentation. Sorry. So this slide we can able to understand the morphological variances among the cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae. It shows from unicellular to colonial. We have chlorococcales, and again we have filamentous as well as filamentous. In the filamentous we have a heterocystis. I told it shows wide range of morphological variations. So these are the micrographs taken during my part of PhD research activities. Especially, we have a unicellular to filamentous form. We have various form of algae from Aphanocapsa, Lymphia, even Microcystis, Merismopedia, and Formidium. And this continues. We have heterocystis forms like nostoc and Anabina. And this is the pictures micrographs taken during a collaborative with Dr. Ilay Perumal. So we collected some of the blue-green sample from the Kanyakumari village called Kottaram, and we studied the morphological feature. You can able to see the various features, morphological features, especially through this paper, we are able to document the fragmentation, especially the formation of Harmogonia in the oscillatoria. This is fragmentation of oscillatoria princeps, which is collected from the village Kottaram. We are able to document the vegetative reproduction of blue-green algae. And there are various significance when it comes to blue-green algae. They can be cultured in the specific media, and they have the ability to fix the atmospheric nitrogen as well as carbon dioxide and carbon. Especially this nitrogen is very much important to the plant growth. Even though it is available plenty of in the atmosphere, the plant cannot directly take from atmosphere. It has to fix the soil. This blue-green algae doing the job to fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. It has an environmental role also. It served as an indicator, as well as it has the symbiotic relationship with many microorganisms. And this blue-green algae also served to be an important role in retention of alkaline soil, which will reduce the alkalinity in the soil. And everyone aware about the spirulina, which is rich in protein, which is simply called a single cell protein. That is also a blue-green algae. Let us see some of the industrial applications of blue-green algae. This industrial application, first let me see about the this blue-green algae is also used as the important tool in the biotechnology. We have a unicellular cyanobacterium, Chinocystis species, which was the first photosynthetic organism as well as third prokaryotic organism, in which the whole genome was completely sequenced, and they used one of the important organism in the field of biotechnology. And this cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, also served as an important tool in the field of medicine. We have a specific upcoming field in the medicine called cyanotherapeutics. So since these blue-green algae have various effects like anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial, and various factors that will be which is very important to the field of medicine to treat the disease. Let us see some of the examples, especially this cyanobacteria also has the important role to cure, to inactivate the strains of HIV, especially this blue-green algae have the protein called cyanovirin N, that is CVN, which is found in Nostoc ellipsosporum. So, which has the capacity to inactivate the strain of HIV, which cannot able to find binding, which will lack the binding capacity of the HIV virus, that is human immunodeficiency virus. This is also served to produce bioplastic. I hope, as I already told 3 days before we celebrated World Environmental Day, so these plastics are become a biggest problem to the environment. To overcome that, we need to produce bioplastics. So this biopolymers can be synthesized from the various species of blue-green algae, especially Arthospira and Synococcus and even Synococystis. So this is how these cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, play an important role to conserve the environment. And as we know, recent days, recent days we are facing a major economic problem as inflation of fuel price. So we are able to get the fuel from even from the blue-green algae, that is Synococystis. There are several companies that deals with protection of biodiesel from the blue-green algae. Mainly, we have a US-based company, Algae, and Joule Unlimited. These are the two companies which are very keen on to produce biodiesel from the blue-green algae. Already we have a many conventional as well as biodiesel production from the various plants like Jatropha and other microalgae. Mainly, we are able to derive biodiesel from blue-green algae also. So, and another important things, apart from the fuel, nowadays we are spending a lot to cosmetic products also. So we are able to have a cosmetic products like we have a algae like Aphanothesis sacrum, where you can get special moisturizing as well as anti-inflammatory agent, which is commercially used. And you have a EPS, that is extracellular polysaccharide, that is also extracted from Pseudomonas fluorescens, that can be used as similar to Aphanothesis as like a moisture reflection, as well as they are potential to be the cosmetics. And this cyanobacteria is also served to be one of the important things, that is food, which is play an important role in food supplement as well as animal feed, even food additives and colorant agents. We have a spirulina. As everyone knows, we have a lot of companies used to produce spirulina tablets, even spirulina juice, spirulina health drink, etc., etc. That can be synthesized, that can be produced from strains of spirulina, since they are rich in riboflavin, thiamine, beta-carotene, and other vitamin B12. Blue-green algae serve to be a high potential blue-green algae in order to in the field of medicine as well as food. So we have some other important benefit that will be received from the blue-green algae, that is biopigment. Nowadays, the foods as well as everything, we prefer only attractive colors, but the people from the industry only use synthetic coloring agent, but which is very harmful to human community. So to overcome this, we can able to synthesize pigments from the cyanobacteria, especially we have a picolipsomes as well as picolip which is found in the cyanobacteria. So especially we can able to again extract from spirulina, that is used to be one of the renewable as well as bio-based biopigments. Usually we have algae black as well as living king. These are two companies mainly extract and produce biopigments from blue-green algae. So these are some of the companies which use cyanobacteria for the production of biopigments as well as other products. Next, we are our country is mainly dependent on agriculture. Not only our country, many of the countries dependent on agriculture. But our country is one of the largest country to produce many food grains. So this to support agriculture, we need fertilizers. This blue-green algae is out to be one of the important fertilizer, which is stimulate and promote the growth of the crops, food crops, and as well as other crops. So these blue-green algae, as I already told, they have the ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen. This nitrogen is one of the important element which is support the growth of the crops, especially this nitrogen is very important for the growth as well as reproduction, development of DNA, even the other important physiological activities highly dependent on nitrogen. So these blue-green algae, they are able to fix the atmospheric nitrogen from the soil, as well as they can able to improve the soil fertility, as well as they can able to reduce the alkalinity from the soil. So these BGA-based biofertilizer will serve to be a backbone to the agriculture in upcoming days. So we have some other beneficial aspect from blue-green algae, especially they are able to form scum. So in that we are able to produce proteins. As I already told, we have cyanobacteria, which is rich in protein, that is fondly called a single cell protein. So it can be rich in amino acid and preferred to be an excellent source. Next, as of now, we are able to see the various beneficial aspect of blue-green algae, even though there are certain negative, I could say some small problematic issues that is also related to blue-green algae. So that is blue-green algae blooms. So basically, when cyanobacteria, they are able to rapid and multiply very quickly, they are able to form blooms, which is where the water is rich in nutrient, as well as which is mixed with the agricultural runoff, that is chemical overloaded. So in that area, you can able to found various blue-green algal blooms, especially microcystis. So these blue-green algal blooms are able to produce various toxic substance which is harmful to human as well as many animals and the organism and people who dependent on the water, and they are able to blue-green algae produce some toxic substance like cyanotoxins, which is one of the poisonous substance. They can make people sick, even animals, till lethal. At the outset, I would like to conclude this blue-green algae are the most successful and very protective group of microorganisms on the earth, and they are more of the compound have the vast industrial benefit, and it will be continue to play a crucial role in terms of health, energy, food, as well as many other important aspects of our life. And I could say only very few beneficial aspects of cyanobacteria has been identified as it can be commercialized. There are plenty has to come in the upcoming near futures. So with this I conclude, and these are the reference I have been used for this my presentations. With this, I thank my college as well as management to support and motivate me to make this presentation. And I thank Ari for providing this opportunity, especially my good friend Dr. EP for providing this opportunity and supports me. Thanks a lot, and I thank all the participants for the patient listening. Thanks to all. Over to Dr. Ilath.
Thank you, Dr. Palanivel. So it was a nice
Thank you.
presentation. So we are into checking the questions or there something like that. So audience, if you have any queries, you can ask. Dr. Palanivel will answer though. Okay. Yeah. So, Dr. Palanivel, can you still elaborate about spirulina? Is there any cultivation happening in Tamil Nadu or something like that? Like, what are the scope for cultivation and production of bioma, spirulina
Yes.
for human uses?
Yes, sir. We have it is one of the important commercial species found in the blue-green algae. We have various institutes like we have PARI, that is Murugappa groups. They are having exclusively cyanobacteria. They are an exclusive plant in Pudukkottai district. They grow cyanobacteria and produce spirulina tablet as well as spirulina juices. Even in Chennai, we have a Nallayan Research Center, which is near to Padu. They are also promoting cyanobacterial, especially this spirulina cultivation. They have a specific pond there, and they're motivating the self-help group, especially for the women, to culture the cyanobacteria and promote and commercialize the cyanobacteria, especially spirulina.
Thank you. And I think there is no questions from the audience. No more questions from the audience. And it's time also, it's like 10. So I think we can wind up the session. So thank you so much for taking part in our institutional day. We are celebrating the sixth, we are stepping into 7th year of service. And thank you so much for being part of that. And today we are so happy to have you with us and the nice presentation and for the answers for the questions also. So it was a wonderful session with you, Dr. Palanivel. So thank you so much for being with us, and hope we will have a lot of collaborations in future also. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.